Hello and welcome to the Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, the Dark Angels using a Gladius detachment, Space Marines versus the Drukhari Sky Splinter Assault. Let's dive into the game.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to the Skaredcast Battle Report. Today we're playing in the studio finally, really cool. This battle report sponsored to you by The Red Dragon. Make sure you check them out. The link is in the description below and 15% off store-wide. But let's take a look at the armies, let's take a look at the mission, and let's take a look at all that good stuff. Let's take a look at the 2,000 point list that I'm running for today's battle report. It is a Sky Splinter Assault with double Void Raven bombers. If you missed my tournament in review, this is the revamped tournament list that I'm thinking of running. We have my Warlord Archon, we have a secondary Archon with the Nightmare Shroud, we've got a Beastmaster with all the beasts, and Lilith Hesperax herself as the characters in the army. Limited battle line. We've got one unit of Kabalite warriors and one unit of witches. They will be split in the two Venoms. A Court of the Archon will be joining all the Kabalites with guns and going in one of the raiders. And then we've got one large 10 brick of Incubi that will go in the secondary raider as well. But it does give me flexibility in case I don't want to split up the witches, and I could have one big brick of 10 witches and one big brick of Incubi as well. 2 units of Mandrakes and 2 Chronos are the main scoring parts of the list, doing actions, bouncing around the board, screening, that sort of thing. We do have the 2 Void Raven bombers with missiles and D scythes as the main weapon. And then last but not least, 2 units of Scourge. One unit has 4 Haywire Blasters, the other one has 4 Dark Lances. And that's 2,000 points of Drukhari. There you have it. Let me know what you think down below. The link to this full army list will be in the description and the comments, so check it out and let me know what you think. And here we have 2,000 points of Dark Angel Gladius Marines. Take it away.
All right, we have Calidus Assassin, the Lion, Azrael for the CP, Lieutenant with Combi Weapon to babysit the Lion. You've got 2 units of 5 Deathwing Knights with maces and the flails. Unit of Inceptors, a 10-man unit of Deathwing Terminators, because screw you, call the Horde. 6-man Blade Guard Vets, a unit of Scouts, unit of Infiltrators with Helix, Gauntlet, and the Comms Array, and then a 5-man squad of Hellblasters, because why not?
Do you have any enhancements in the army?
None.
Okay, I really like that play, the Cull the Horde. You think you want to get rid of it? Let's dive into the mission. Today's mission is Mission G from the GW Pariah Tournament Companion Pack. So we've got Burden of Trust as our primary, Hidden Supplies, and Hammer and Anvil deployment. Are you ready, Martin?
Yep.
We're gonna roll for attack or defend first. Ooh, and again.
Oh no. I got a 3.
You did. Would you like to attack and or defend?
I think I'll defend.
Okay, you're going to deploy first, and which side would you like? It's hammer and anvil, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. I will take this side over
That
here.
side?
Yeah.
Excellent. I will take this side, sucker. A huge shout out to Wayland Yutani for providing the terrain. They have all the official GW, and I think they also have the WTC sets. You can also check the link in the description. They made a really cool custom Skaredcast set, which you can also get if you want. But it looks fantastic, and I've modified the WTC ruins and stuff to make the GW layouts. So it's really cool you can kind of get it and essentially make a variety of different things for that as well. Here we are after deployment. Martin decided to go ahead and put some scouts up just to they can scout. The name indicates that. So they can go forward or backwards depending on if he wants to get aggressive or defensive, depending on who goes first. Now, Martin, I think you went very strong on this flank.
Yeah.
You've got 5 Deathwing Knights.
Yeah.
You have your Calidus Assassin.
Yeah.
The Lion, the Blade Guard Veterans, a big unit of Infiltrators strung out to screen out this whole board edge. You also have Azrael and the Hellblasters ready to push up that flank, pop out, and do some damage on that side.
Yes.
The Lieutenant. And then in Deep Strike, you have 10 Terminators with Bolters and Cyclones and a whole bunch of stuff. And 3 Inceptors. And then, of course, you have your little teleport homer to put somewhere, so you can rapid ingress for free if you're close by, which is a really handy thing to have. On my end, because this split, because with hidden supplies, you have to go towards a corner that's in a deployment zone. So when it's something that has 2 corners in a deployment zone, you randomly split the objective. So we just, our split went this way. Sometimes though, it might go that way. So it's something to keep in mind. I decided to put my beast pack here. If I go first, they're gonna move up and just move block here, boop, and just stop this giant, angry, it's just death. I did put my haywires over here so they can move up. They do 3 damage dev wounds, so they're like one of the best things to target the Blade Guard veterans to try to get through those shields. Then we also have 5 Kabalites with rifles, a Kronos to just move up and maybe do a containment or something like that, or a sabotage or whatever. We've got Scourge with Dark Lances. They are more central, depending on which way Martin goes, they're gonna react. And then we've got some Mandrakes in the back. Don't need to commit them. Uppy, downy, deep strike. I've got my Core of the Archon ready to sticky this objective and can either move that way or could move that way, depending on which way I want to strike. We've got the other Mandrakes back here. Lilith Hesperax is threatening this objective here. Move up, disembark, can still charge something back there. And then this Kronos is in a position to get me a containment, just in case. In reserves, I've got 2 Void Raven Bombers. I have a Raider with 10 Incubi and an Archon in Deep Strike, and I've got 5 Witches in Strategic Reserve. Whew, that was a mouthful. They are nice sleeves from Stat Check. Whoa, check them out. They're really cool sleeves for my deck. And then we've got the scorecard. Of course, I'm going to be the attacker, so I'm in red. Martin is going to be the defender, so he's in green. This is our turn tracker. These are our command points, secondaries, and of course, battle ready, which we just happen to be battle ready. So I still think that Games Workshop should make this a little bit more granular, but 10 points for battle ready, sure. Let's dive into deployment. Teleport homers going right there. There's no redeployments or anything, so no other before the battle abilities. And with that, we roll to see who goes first. I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 5.
The Dark Angels are going to run at me, bro. So with that, let's do some scout moves. You get to do yours first, and then I get to do mine. So with that, the scouts have moved this way to sort of stop my beast pack from really capitalizing on that corner. And my beast pack has moved in. Now they're a little close, so they could get charged if an assault doctrine is called or a strat is used. But if you want to bring anything into, and then I can just kill it. I will trade a beast pack for any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll draw some cards. The first draw is Overwhelming Force and no prisoners. Are you gonna keep them?
Yeah, I'll keep them for now.
Okay. End of the movement phase and end of the turn. Very quick turn for the DeathWing Knights and Dark Angels. Just moved up, advanced, sent the Blade Guard veterans up. The line has picked the 6-inch bubble of ignore devastating and mortal wounds on a 4+, basically, which helps keep the Blade Guard alive. From my haywire play, how dare you? The scouts did move back. The lieutenant moved up to protect the beacon. And then, of course, Azrael and his Hellblasters have moved up over there as well. You are getting rid of Overwhelming Force, but keeping no prisoners. So you still have 2 CP to my 1 CP. And with that, we go into my turn. I'm going to be pulling up my Mandrakes. They might just come down in the same place, but just in case. Storm Hostile Objective, which would be... I am going to get... Oh, I guess I could do it over here. They're 1 OC each?
Yes.
Okay, there's no way to make them multiple OC?
No.
Okay. So I'm more than likely going to do that, but then I have to sacrifice my Kabalite Warriors because I have to put 2 Kabalite Warriors on there, which is fine behind a wall. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the Beast Pack's going to have to create like a line of defense and sacrifice. It's either that or go and kill scouts, but then you heroically intervene, and then the Deathwing Knights get more movement. I don't really want that to be the case. So in that case, I'll keep Storm Hostile Objective. It's a nice 4 points there if I do that. And extend battle lines. Perfect. That's gonna be it's gonna be 5. That's a 9-point objective right there. I'm okay with that. So I'm okay with this. So with that, let's dive into my turn. End of the movement phase. I had quite a long movement phase, especially when somebody's pressuring you this hard. You have to sort of like stage, but you cannot play passively. If you play too passively, the game, like you'll just lose on primary. So I had to get aggressive. I basically, Storm Hostile and extend battle lines is doable with my Beast Pack. They just moved up 4 OC to your 3 OC. That gives me Storm Hostile and extend. Very handy to have. They also moved block. They're gonna die next turn. That's just a matter of life. That's just gonna happen. They stayed back because there's 10 OC here that can then go on and deny that objective again. The Kronos moved sidestep to give a radius of pain token bubble regeneration. The court, I have to start getting a little bit more aggressive with the court, so they moved up, got within 12 inches of the little lieutenant over there. A little bit too far away for them, but if they advance and charge, I could always reactive move backwards, keeping it alive. Then this Kronos advanced around the side just to give me a little bit of a tougher model in that sort of screening zone. And then my big play was the Venom, moving up, disembarking Lilith inside of the 9-inch bubble, so you cannot reactive move either of these models. And then I used the CP to move, get out, and charge. That's a 6-inch charge. If I fail it, I fail it, but at least I can get back into the Venom if they fail it, which is fine. And that's that. Oh, and then of course the Scourge. I've got the Haywire Scourge, gonna see if I can roll some 6s. I've got the Darklance Scourge over here. They can shoot either Knights or Scouts or whatever. Oh, and then this Raider can also see Scouts too. So I might shoot a bunch into the Scouts. We'll see. Other than that, that's it. Let's go to the shooting phase. After the shooting phase, pretty decent shooting phase. I was able to kill the Lieutenant because he was a little too close to my army, so I was able to get the Court with a pain token to kill him. And then the Court and the Darklance Scourge did kill all the Scouts that were standing out in the open. However, the Haywire did do nothing. 0. Zilch damage to the Blade Guard veterans. My mega play failed. So with that though, we're going to go into the charge phase. I do have a 6-inch charge with Lilith. That is the only charge I'm going to try and do. Oh, I do have guns from this guy actually. He's just going to shoot into your Blade Guard veterans. Why? Because he's not infantry. I hit once. 3's to wound. No. Okay, good talk. We'll come back up to the charge phase. And there you have it. It is the end of my turn. Lilith did make that charge. She ended up, the squad killed everybody because of the 4-up invul, though a lot of them survived. And Azrael's down to 2 wounds remaining. He epic challenged Lilith to death, also killing 2 witches in return. Decided not to pile into the objective because he would have been in combat with the witches. And therefore, because he wasn't on the objective, then I used a CP to Wraith-like retreat and moved my witches out this way to essentially bubble out the Terminator Deep Strike a little bit further away, just to give me some options there. And that's that. At the end of the turn, I'm assuming the Callus is going up into the sky?
Yeah.
Or not?
She can, because if I need her back down there, she can come back down
That's
there.
right. Okay, and then I will get 4 points for Storm Hostile Objective, and I will get 5 points for Extend Battle Lines, bringing me up to 9 points on secondaries as we move into battle round number 2. Azrael is still very much alive, bringing up to 4, and I only get 1 CP. You also get no prisoners for 2 points for killing a unit at the end of the battle round. That's Lilith dead. That's 2 points on secondaries. That means you're not holding on to it, which is not a bad thing. And now we draw your cards for the next battle round. Your Calidus did go up into the sky, and we'll do that. The cards that Dark Angels got behind enemy lines, and bring it down, kill tanks, and get a unit behind my lines, which of course you have the Inceptors for. So with that, it is turn 2 for the DeathWing Knights. As for primary, you do hold 1 objective in No Man's Land, and for guarding, you're going to pick these Deathwing Knights to guard this objective, and you're going to pick them to guard this one, which you can do, guard your home objective. So at the end of my turn, if you still hold those 2 objectives with those units, you'll get 2 extra points for each one. So it gives you some extra points to spend. And in this mission, going second prevents you from doing that in the last battle round. So going first gives you a little bit of an advantage in terms of the guarding the objectives. Let's go to the movement phase. Here we are after movement. Martin, what did you end up doing here?
I brought my Inceptors in here to kill these Mandrakes.
Yep.
And I'm just moved the Azrael onto this objective so you can shoot them.
Yep.
I advanced my Knights up to try and charge that.
You did call the assault
I did call the assault, so
the
they
assault
can
doctrine,
charge.
so they can charge.
And then these guys just moved to zone.
Since you just moved, in retrospect, do you just want to use a CP on them so you don't use your whole advanced doctrine for that? Because you could just CP them.
Yeah, sure. I do.
You've got a bunch of CP.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why waste your entire assault doctrine on one unit?
Yeah.
So if you want to spend the CP, yeah.
We'll do that.
Because they're not advancing, they're defending, they're guarding. So there's literally no point in doing it. So that makes sense there. Okay, so we'll do that there for you.
And then we've just got...
He's done the Watcher bubble again. And you did Oath My Court, which is in the Raider. More of a preemptive for next turn. So say you pop in, destroy that. Then next turn, it's just harder for me to keep them alive. You could have done that, but you decided to keep your Terminators in Deep Strike Reserve as well. I decided to use my one and only command point to rapid ingress that Void Raven bomber, basically so it could fly, potentially kill Azrael with a bomb, or nuke the Callous Assassin and be in a position to shoot the guarding unit of infiltrators and the Callous Assassin in my next turn. Now, just gives you like a nice, and then can come down this way. I love Void Raven bombers because they're so silly. Whoopsie daisy, I got excited. That can't come within 9 of them. Silly 3-inch deep strikers. So I'm gonna put it on this side. There's a big fight over this way, so I'm gonna bomb, probably, hopefully hurt some stuff over here, and then just nuke them. Sadly, the Calidus will survive this time. You haven't heard the last of me, Calidus Assassin. Very eventful shooting phase. Not really. One of which died. I killed the Sergeant, even though it was the closest one, so that if Azrael charges and potentially rolls high enough, has to come all the way over here and then gets off the objective, basically. Then we had Claude Fiend and a bird take some damage from some sporadic shooting.
And 2 Mandrakes.
Oh, that's right. 2 Mandrakes did go down because they stealth. Their stealth actually really helped with that, which is really good. So you stayed out of 9 inches from that raider, so I couldn't reactive move.
Yes.
However, you do want to make that charge. You do have enough CP for a reroll.
Yes.
So, do you make it with a 9?
I do.
On the first try, that raider is so dead. Uh-oh. Well.
Uh-oh.
Now I have to deal with them. I was really hoping I could just like move block them again. Remember, you can go over this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we counted as 2 inches. Yeah. You just can't end on top of it. They're going to go punch a raider. Well. End of the turn for the Dark Angels. Of course, the raider died. You decided not to pile in. We actually discussed it at length. We're doing a live stream thanks to Vortex Games. So we have the live stream going on Twitch. And we discussed it. If you want to see our discussion, you can go to the Twitch page. And we talked about it. Over here, of course, the lion attacked first. And I pulled casualties to try and keep 2 alive. I needed 1 6 out of 5 dice to try and keep my Claude Fiend alive. Didn't happen. The Blade Guards consolidated close to the objective just to stay out of lines of sight, essentially, there as well. So that's very good. Very, like, you're consolidating your force over here. And Azrael just murdered the 2 witches that were left with devastating wounds. Nothing I can do about that either. You still have 2 command points in the bank, and let's see what you scored. So you did score 3 points for behind enemy lines, and you did kill a raider
For 2 points.
For 2 points for bring it down. That brings you 5 points, bring you up to 7 points on secondaries. As we move into my turn number 2, I get a command point, you get a command point, and my cards will be Overwhelming Force, killing stuff on objectives, and securing No Man's Land, holding 2 objectives in No Man's Land. Should be okay, considering Azrael's way off, and I have enough OC over here to potentially do something there. Yeah. So with that, Dark Eldar turn number 2. Now, I did forget to pull out my Mandrakes, so they're going to sit there. You have to take your licks where you got them. You did screen out, like you've got a decent screen at the back there. I might have been able to go back there, potentially if I had a card that I drew, but it's fine. It is what it is. Now the aim is to, once again, move block this mess. So that's kind of what I need to do here. And then try and do some damage over there. You have 3 CP to my 1. I've got my other Void Raven Bomber to come in. I've got witches that could potentially arrive as well. So all in all, I have to continue to stage. I have to try and make sure that the Terminators don't come in like wherever they want. I have to deal with that unit. That's like one of my priorities. I can't really deal with this over here, which means I'm going to have to move block it and try and do my best with that, essentially. So with that, it's going to be annoying. I have to, if I can put enough OC there, I will, but it's going to be really tough because you have 10 OC on there. I have 10 OC back here, but I don't think there's enough room to put 10 OC on there at the moment. So I'm going to have to try and take this away somehow to put more OC on there to at least prevent the primary. However, then you have secret mission play. So at the same time, I don't really want to make it easy for you to get the secret mission play. I'm going to get 0 primary here. So I might end up going for a secret mission anyway, which would be kind of cool. Okay, so with that, see what I do on the movement phase. End of the movement phase. I decided to try and bait out the reactive move as much as I could, but he didn't take any of my baits. So that's just kind of how that works. So this Venom stayed still. The Cabalites got out and then they advanced, and I was able to get them all on that objective to stop the scoring. However, it will I don't get an extra point on there. So I'm going to have to probably fire them and then move them up. They're the most useless unit. So in order to get a secure no man's land, they're going to have to sacrifice themselves even worse than they did before. Sad. The Terminators did rapid ingress right in the middle of the board. Great place for them. Lots of objectives for them to kind of really bully. And considering my court is out, you know, they don't get all the lance stuff and things like that. They are really annoying. They have fights first and things like that. Right now I've got a DeathWing Knight unit I need to try and deal with. That bomber had a little spot to arrive there, which is nice. Has some range to stuff. The Witches came in. Wholly within 6 of the Venom that moved up to see Azrael to try and pop in at the end, you know, depending on if they make a charge or not. Then we have this Void Raven Bomber that did put 4 mortal wounds through the 4-up Feel No Pain on the line and didn't do any damage to the other units around him. Then the Man-Eaters just kind of moved around. Dark Lances can see the Inceptors, depending on if I want to shoot them. Oh man, what? And I kept the large brick Incubi with their Raider in Deep Strike to see what I do with them. Next turn, force Martin to kind of remember that I have another rapid ingress threat as well. So with that, I didn't hold any objectives in No Man's Land. However, I will be making them guard this objective, basically, because they were on that objective. Yeah. They will guard it for an extra 2 points if I can as well. Okay, shooting phase time. End of the shooting phase. You know what? Decent shooting phase. I'm not going to lie. I did kill all the infiltrators. I was able to kill 2 of the Blade Guard veterans with the 3 damage missiles from the planes, which is awesome. This table, we randomly roll for table, but this table is great for planes because all of these are really low ruins and there's like no hiding. There's literally no hiding from those planes. I was able to kill the Inceptors in the back with a combination of Dark Lance Fire, Mandrakes, and one of the D sides. Then I did kill Azrael with the Venom, so got rid of the extra CP at least, which is going to be useful. Unless, of course, you use your shenanigans over here. And other shooting, you passed a decent amount of 4-up involves there. They're just so tough. Love them. But I did kill 2 and put 1 down to 3 wounds remaining with pretty much all of my shooting there. That's kind of how that went. And then, of course, the Scourge, we're able to jump up, to continue to create the screen. And even though I can't hold that objective, I do hold 3 objectives in No Man's Land right now as we move into the charge phase. I only have 1 charge that I'm going to be doing, which is the court is essentially going to jump in to the Deathwing Knights. I'm going to try and soften them up a little bit and see if we can at least kill. I think I might be able to kill 1.5, maybe 2, depending on the invulnerable saves, of course. And that is what it is. It's just kind of how that works. After the charge phase, the court got him. I actually got 2 wounds through the Kronos because I did a pain token on both. Martin decided not to use 2 command points for an Armor of Contempt and actually rolled quite a lot of 2s, which potentially could have kept them alive. Yeah. However, the court did most of the work and just lots of lethals went through, lots of little attacks at 1 damage each, and I was able to bring them down. And then they've consolidated to stay out of line of sight. And forcing these Terminators to potentially go around to fight them. Of course, because the Urgle is still there, that's a fights first unit, which is always really annoying to try and deal with as well. So with that, points-wise, I will be getting my secure No Man's Land for a big 5 points there, and I will be getting 1 overwhelming force. That's 8 points, bringing me up to 17 secondary points. However, that is 0 primary, which is about right, considering I'm playing a very bully you in the middle of the board kind of army. And you successfully guarded that objective with those Deathwing Knights, giving you 2 points on the primary as well. With that, we're going to go into turn number 3. No Azrael means you only get 1. I didn't use another one, so I get another one as well. And now we get to draw your cards and do all the pre-battle. Oh yeah, she's going off. Of course. Yeah. And here we have it after movement phase. You did move these Terminators up. However, for cards, I guess we didn't show cards off. I went on this rant on the stream about how killing all the support units for something like a Death Watch or a heavy elite army is great because then you draw all these action secondaries and then you have to use very expensive units to like press buttons. Lo and behold, the cards that Martin picked were Containment, button pressing, and Established Locus, more button pressing. Which means the Calidus is going to come down and get an easy containment on that corner. Well, you could, if you wanted to, you could do they establish a locus here, and then you could put her there if there's enough space from that venom to get a 6. Because I did reactive move. She has to be wholly. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to measure it. If possible, I'm assuming that would give you a 6. But then again, it would means that she might get shot by a plane. So it's up to you if you want to get points.
I'm going to sacrifice her for some points.
Okay, so getting points over there, because you did move them up. I did reactive move my venom back that way.
Yeah.
So she will drop there, so you get 3. And then the Blade Guard could do it, because if you shoot Stormbolters here, you just kill all of them.
Yeah, and then the Lion can run through
the Lion can just kill all of them.
Yeah.
That's not, and he goes through walls now and stuff, and he can engage that model.
Yeah.
So and he can still shoot them if he wants to. Like it's. I think you're trying to maximize your units. You spent 1 command point to automatically pass the Lion's battle shock test because you didn't want to give me more pain tokens or be OC 0, so you couldn't use strats on him. And with that, we go into the shooting phase. Yes. You did oath my plane.
Yes.
And you went into the Devastator Doctrine, which would allow you to advance and shoot if you really wanted to. However, it gives you access to the really cool strat for sustained hits and stuff like that. And then, of course, you... was it lethal? Or
it's plus 1 AP and ignore cover, but...
Oh, okay. Plus 1 AP. Cool.
But it's my only slash shooting
correct.
Unit, so why
they ignore modifiers, which is really good, and they get plus 1 to hit against their oath targets. So you're going to be hitting my stealth plane on 2s, which is really good. And then, of course, if you want to charge then, you can try charge into my court and just beat them up, or even if they fight first. So you're playing with what you have available. As for primary, you did control that objective, which would give you 4 points, and you can defend it again if you wish with the guard, with the DeathWing Knights.
The DeathWing Knights are going to push buttons and guard.
So you're up to 6 points on primary. This is a very interesting... I feel like the Pariah Nexus missions are way cooler for scoring. There's a lot more granularity with the score, which I really like. Except for Linchpin. That mission can go jump into a dumpster fire. I hate it because there's no cap. There's no cap on it, and the person going second just has such a huge advantage. Yeah. It feels hard to win that mission going first. And I never like it when it's that much of a difference. Anyway... I'm going to spend my last command point. I'm going to leave the Void Raven Bomber to its fate to rapid ingress my Incubi unit. And they're going to basically drop down right here. Deep striking with a Raider over 12 inches away from them so that they cannot be declared as a charge over 12 inches away from them. You get 4 points for each objective you control that's not in your deployment zone. So that is primary for me. So I'm going to try to do that. And then I can just keep a Raider on there to guard it for as long as I want and can while the Incubi go and try and murder some stuff. They're not going to be able to murder something like this very easily, but they can do some damage onto them. And if they get too aggressive up this way, I might actually put it closer here so I can like move up, disembark, and then charge in. So we'll see what happens. But that's my last CP, which does mean I'm sacrificing that Void Raven Bomber to those Cyclone rocket launchers. There's nothing I can do about that. End of the shooting phase. Cyclone rockets are only strength 9. That actually means that you wounded me on 4s.
Yeah.
So only 1 got through, did 5 damage. A couple of Stormbolter shots took another wound off. The main bulk of the shooting here was 32 Stormbolter shots into the Scourge. Now they had cover because these two couldn't see the whole unit through this piece specifically. And I rolled 15 out of 17 3+, only killing 2 Scourge. So 1 was left alive. Unbelievable. You can go watch it on stream. It was great. And then, so they had to lob a grenade to kill it. So they spent a CP for that. However, now they can contain. They're doing established locus. The Calidus is containing as well. And now the Lion is free to be able to go and charge the Cabalite Warriors without having to worry about which one to go and kill. So, wow, what a turn of events. As we move into the charge phase, I guess that's one charge you want to do, and then this one here, is that one you want to do as well? Okay, awesome. That needs a 7 to get over, go around. You can't end on top of these crates, which means we're trying to charge. No CP for a reroll here.
It's a 4.
Ooh, and the Archon says, Reign of Disruption, you're not going nowhere, he says. Right. No CP reroll for you.
And then the Lion's going to
And the Lion is going to try to get these Cabalite Warriors. And
where was that?
Where was that there? Why are you using
World Eater.
World Eater dice, bro.
I'm actually using all Legion dice.
Oh, because they're Dark Age. I see. Look at that's what I call sticking to the lore. Read a book, kids. And the Lion just cuts through all the Cavalite Warriors after they failed their charge. Of course, only 1 CP in the bank meant no reroll because of my Archon's Reign of Confusion, or whatever it's called nowadays.
Lord of Deceit.
Yeah, or the Lord of Deceit, whatever it is. It's in the Minotaur and Field Manual. So let's go to the scoreboard here. You did establish your locus. Congratulations. You did get a full containment. So that is a 8 points. Bring you up to a 15 on secondaries over here. Well done, sir. Well done. However, at the end of your turn, I successfully guarded the objective with some Scourges. Yes. I'll get 2 points. Yeah, I'm on the board. I will be pulling these mandrakes and those mandrakes off the board now that I only have to worry about the Calidus Assassin. You do get a command point, and I will also get a command point. As for cards, let's see what I get. I get Marked for Death. That's actually kind of handy now because you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 models. Well, you get to pick 3 of those 5, which would probably be the tougher stuff.
Yeah.
But I will keep it. If not, it becomes a command point. And Cull the Horde. Oh, no.
Yes!
We literally talked about that. Oh, man.
This unit's worth a lot of points.
Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to see if I can kill it because it is a practice game.
Yeah.
So I want to see if I have the tools to do the amount of damage I need to do, basically, is what it's going to come down to. Because I've got both Void Raven Bombers, a big unit of 10 Incubi, like my Court of the Archon. I feel it's another 30 wounds, but maybe I can get through them. Let's see. So I'm going to keep them. Who are you going to mark for death?
Well, I'm going to make it fun. The DeathWing Terminators in the middle.
They're going to be worth lots of points, okay?
The DeathWing Knights.
Okay.
And
Definitely not killing them.
the Lion.
The Lion. 3 wounds. Go, Kronos. So with that,
It's gonna happen.
on to my movement phase. And here we go, end of the movement phase. So with Cull the Horde and Mark for Death, I'm going to try and kill the Terminators. I moved around. I did move my Kronos. The reactive move was a 6. Got the Blade Guard over the line here. Prevents the Void Riven Bombers from shooting missiles into them again. It's actually one of the better. That was a good choice. But it did mean that then that unit could not overwatch, which then allowed me to just combine my forces to try and stop an overwatch there. So you still have 1 CP. The 10-man Incubi unit got out of the Raider, moved up this way. The Raider is guarding that objective, moved on to here. That Kronos is guarding that objective, moved up to C. The Scourge is guarding that objective. They're just going to bounce back onto it. That Venom is guarding that objective. The Witches got out to potentially charge the Calidus if she doesn't die to shooting. And then these Mandrakes got over here, and they're going to try and just pick a couple of wounds off the Lion, because he is lone up right now. So I've got Pain Token. I put a Pain Token on the Void Raven Bombers, 1 on the Scourge, and 1 on the Court of the Archon. I got 1 back as well. So that means the Incubi have 1. Nice. And if I kill the Calidus, I'll have a second 1 as well, which would be nice. Or if you fail Battle Shock from the Incubi, then I'll have another 1 too. So we'll see what happens. End of the shooting phase. So combined some shooting around. Got a couple of Terminators down. One's left with 1 wound. And I decided to do a little experiment. So I shot the Void Raven Bombers, kind of split their fire. Did 1 whole 1 into the Deathwing Knights and only killed 1. No, didn't even. Left him with 1 wound because of the invul saves. The other Void Raven split fire and killed the one that was wounded plus another, so that was good. But I also killed the Calidus Assassin. Yeah. And I wanted to do that mainly to kind of see, because I'm testing, I'm practicing, it's good to sort of like, okay, well, let's see if this unit and that unit can reliably do damage here. So it's a test. I'm not sure. Like, ideally, I would have kept on shooting them till there was like 3 models left and then like guarantee it if it's like in a tournament. Yeah. But because it's a test game, hey, if I have a big unit of 7, can I do enough damage to like bring them down? Yeah. So with that though, we're gonna go into the charge phase. End of the fight phase, and yes, I was able to kill all 7 of the Terminators. The Court and the Incubi both got a Pain Token, and they did a lot of damage. They actually killed more Terminators than they did. This is how it worked. And then, of course, alternating between 2 damage attacks and 1 damage attacks. I was able to maximize the damage on the 3 wounded Terminators, and then I just rolled a bunch of dice with them with the pylon. They all got to fight, and then the Terminators died. I did like 16 or 18 wounds with the Incubi without the Clavex or the Archon. So, successful experiment. I liked it. Piled in to just stop you from guarding that objective at the end of my turn. But let's go and see. And then, of course, the end of the fight phase, the witches are just going to bounce back into that venom to give me another mobile unit as well. And as we round down to turn number 3, high success. This is the first time I've ever scored Cull the Horde. First time ever. I will take it. Cull the Horde for 5 points. And Marked for Death for 5 points. That's 10 points, bringing up to 27. Now, I did get 12 points on primary last turn because I did have 1, 2, 3 objectives in No Man's Land. And then I guarded all the stuff as well.
Yeah.
So with that, let's dive into turn number 4. What a crazy battle this has been, but the Dark Eldar just absolutely hammering home the damage here. That's what Dark Eldar do. We hit really, really hard. To be honest, I'm really liking this. I'm not going to lie. Having that extra big punchy unit is really handy. However, at the bottom of the 3rd turn, would you like to do a secret mission before we move on?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Will the lion survive? We shall see. That's pretty much what I'm thinking is going to happen. End of the game, lion beelining here. Sure, that makes sense. I love it. Okay, so with that, let's go into turn number 4. Okay, so turn number 4, you did get Storm Hostile and Sabotage, and we have a Battle Shock test for the lion, who is down to 2 wounds thanks to all the crazy, devastating, and mortal wounds that I've been doing. Now, of course, Martin normally puts a Land Raider Redeemer in instead of the lion. Yeah. But that's something that you're working on?
Yeah.
Yes, so it's not painted yet, which is why he has the line. He knows that the line is more for fun than it is for competitive play. But the line, can be handy.
He is really handy.
He is really handy. I like him. He's like, you force your opponent to deal with him, right? Yes. Okay, roll off, my good sir. Who's your oath target, by the way?
My oath target is going to be these Scourges.
The Scourge. Oh, man. Advance and charge. Go
and
murder
I'm doing
him.
Assault Doctrine.
Yeah, of course. Rah! No. I love it.
All right, let's see. 9. Let's see if you pass your Battle Shock.
8 does.
Yes,
Okay,
7.
he's fine. That is an 8.
That's good.
He's good.
He's good.
Okay.
Because he needs a 5.
That's right. We're basically done the movement phase. They're going to come up and basically charge that. Not a big deal there. They rolled a 6 on advance. 6 on advance. They're just yeeting forward. They really want to kill those Scourge. I do wish I had a reactive move on infantry. Yeah, where's my Eldar strat now? However, you do have some charges to make because you don't have assault pistols on them. So that's that. End of the turn. Well, Scourge died. Okay, that's just how that is. Taking away my sticky objective here. Sad face. This is a sticky as well. Then they charged in. They killed 6 of the Incubi, and then the Incubi and the Archon killed 2 and put one down to 1 wound. That was actually really good. Then I used a Wraith-like Retreat after the Consolidate to hop back into the Raiders so they get Lance next turn. Okay, so with that, let's go to the scoreboard. I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points on primary for guarding objectives, bring me up to 20 points on primary. However, you will get no sabotage, so you can use it.
That for a CP.
Yep, now,
I get that now.
That's right. Azrael is dead. Sorry, that was me. What am I doing? Up here, you're up to 3 now. And you do successfully get Storm Hostile Objective for 4 points, bringing you up to 19 secondary points. With that, though, we go into my turn number 4. I get a CP for 2. You get a CP for 4. Oh, by the way, they failed their Battle Shock test from the Incubi, which was hilarious. For me. It was hilarious for me. And then we go, no prisoners, killing stuff, and sabotage. Very nicely done. Which will be good as well. Here we are after the movement phase. 43 Bomber just moved up. Boop. Mandrix moved around. Witches spent the stratagem to get out, disembark, and still charge. The Venom stayed just outside of 9 to prevent any reactive moves. And then they got out. The Venom is just touching this objective as well. Not that it matters for score because I score at the end. But I did put this unit strung out to try and sticky both these objectives. I'm guarding this objective with this Raider. I cannot guard next turn. So just going to try and get the 2 more points for that. I did get 12 more points for primary. And I will be trying to get my sabotage with these Mandrakes as well. So with that, I'm just going to try to kill the lion to stop the only secret mission that you could really do. I'm going to try to kill that last guy there, and then we're going to see about dealing with some of these Blade Guard veterans as well. And here we are, middle of the shooting phase. Killed that knight, put 1 Blade Guard down to 1 wound remaining, and I've shot basically this entire plane into him and done 2 wounds. He has 1 wound left because the Mandrakes did 1 death wound, which means you get 2 3-ups. You still have CP for a reroll as well. Right, so 3-up involves on the Lion. Oh, that is a CP reroll if I ever saw one. Will the Lion survive? Yes, he does. Ah, boo, boo, boo. Okay, so with that, there's no point in me charging because you have a heroic intervention and fights first, and that would just kill my stuff. So I'm going to use the venom to just hop back into my venom.
All right.
With my them, and that is that for my turn. I will get 2 points for no prisoners for killing 1 guy, and I've started to do sabotage in the far corner. With that, though, we go into turn number 5. You get a CP, go up to 3. I get a CP, go up to 2. And you draw your 2 lost cards. However, you do hold that objective. That is a 14. If I have a soul 1, you're going to go marked for death, okay, and cleanse. You can cleanse that objective.
Sure can.
Unless you want to get rid of it.
Marked for death.
Okay, you don't want to be pinned in place with a marked, okay. And engage, which is automatically discarded because you only have 2 units. Extend battle lines, you have to hold that objective and this objective, which
I can't do.
Will not be possible. So other than that, you will get some points for cleanse in turn 5. Moved up, I did Overwatch to kill 1 of the Blade Guard veterans. They charged in. They actually completely nuked my Kronos. That was actually really good. It was the Oath target. You will get rid of extend battle lines for a CP. And you will get a mini cleanse for 2 points, bringing up to 21 secondary points on turn 5. So with that, and you did get 4, so you got 14.
Yeah.
If I don't kill the line, you get an additional 20 points, bringing up to 34, which is more than what I have right now. That's why secret missions are a thing, folks. They really are a thing. However, I do get a 6-point sabotage at the end of that turn, bringing you out to 33 secondaries. So I'm really doing well in the secondary game. I can't pull the Mandrakes because since it's Martin's turn, he can force me to score sabotage after I choose to take my Mandrakes up. So I'm not going to do that. These Mandrakes are going to pop off like this, and I will get 2 points on primary for that Raider, which will be the last 2 points. I'll go up to 34. And with that, we go into my turn 5. We'll do this quickly, and then we'll come back to a post-action recap. So I go up to 3, you go up to 3 CP, and my cards shall be Cleanse. Awesome. So that shouldn't be a problem. And, okay, Area Denial. Look, my Archon's like, this is my house. So I will score, that's stickied now because the Cabalites are string up around it. I'm going to score that one. I'm going to score this one. So I'm going to score 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 points, which will bring me up to a 50 here. I can't stop that. I mean, I can't get more than a 50. And it really comes down to, can I kill the Lion? That's what it comes down to stop you from scoring that, because I will get Area Denial for 5 points, and I will get, even if I just do 1 cleanse, it will bring me up to 40 here. So far, this has been a good showing for the Drukhari. And there we have it. Okay, so these Mandrakes are just going to hang out over here. Right? They're going to pop in there. Yeah, it's fine. You had enough movement to do that. That's not a problem. This is going to basically go this way and just stay out of 9 inches or whatever, just to get some nice line of sight.
Well, the bomber. Just stay out of 9 of these guys because the Lion can't do it.
Oh, that's right, because he's infantry or he's monsters. So this bomber is going to go this way, can shoot the Lion as well. This bomber goes this way, and he basically can turn around to do it this way. Hooray. Oh, he's alone up, so I have to get nice and close. Yeah. So let me just measure that. And there you have it. That's all it is. I have 2 pain tokens left, and all we're going to do is see if we can kill it. 1 Void Ring Bomber is not within 12. The other one can stay within 12 with his move. I'm going to go ahead and give a pain token to that Void Raven Bomber, and I am going to give a pain token to this Void Raven Bomber. But we're going to start off the festivities with the Mandrakes. 3 little Mandrakes hitting on 3s. Okay, 2. 6s are dev wounds against your high toughness, Mr. Lion. That's 1 dev wound. 4+ against it, thanks to the Watcher in the dark. Yeah, you gotta reroll that. It is dead. He goes down. Mandrakes, yes, that's it. We can leave now. That's it. That's all I wanted. But with that, I will stop the secret mission, secret little Mandrakes. Thanks a lot, Martin. That was a really fun game.
Sir.
Of course, a huge shout out to everybody who hung out on stream. It was really fun. Thanks to Vortex Games, without whom I couldn't actually do that. Check their link in the description. And we'll come back with a little post-action recap. Thanks all for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Martin, for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Huge shout out to Scotchhammer. Scotchhammer!
Yeah!
Yeah, that's right. I can't wait to see you folks at the Stud or Snotling.
We're bringing 2 teams.
Ooh, 2 Scotchhammer teams.
Yep.
It's going to be a wild ride.
It will be.
Other than that, thanks a lot for everybody on stream that's hung out and watched. A huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom I can't do this, and to the Tabletop Forge for the studio space. And other than that, that's it. I don't know. What did you think of the new double Void Raven list with the Incubi and stuff?
It's rather interesting and hard to play into.
I know, especially against Marines.
Yeah.
I do kill Marines.
You do kill Marines fairly quickly.
Yeah. Other than that, the link to the list itself will be down below, and to the Patreon and all that stuff. A huge shout out to the Red Dragon who sponsored this video, and of course Wayland Yutani. If you want some cool terrain, check them out. Other than that, I've been Skari, this has been Martin, signing off until next time. The Dark Kin! And Dark Angels are all chaos.
We are.